everyone. I'm here in order to walk you through my PYP planner, and we are gonna be, explaining the whole thing really quickly since we just have 5 minutes. But if you want, you can always go back to my PYP planner, which I will upload, and then you might, have um, a bit of the idea in depth about what's really going on. How we express ourselves is going to be my transdisciplinary theme. In here, I have underlined, as you can see, the main concept or issues that it's going to be focused my unit planner, and my central idea, which has to do with body language as a discipline in physical education. So, body language is the way through a human being show their feelings, which obviously this is what we are gonna be working on, which is emotional education. Okay, the stage is gonna be third of primary school for fifth or sixth grader, which is around 10 or 12 years. I thought that this was gonna be the base age group since they are able to reflect deeper than when kids are younger, and I thought that we can make the most of this opportunity at this specific stage. The proposed duration is going to be 24 hours, around 6 weeks approximately, like 1 month and a half, but it is something that might vary. And besides, I would say that in here I have included, for example, in my formative assessment, which has to do directly with the way I'm gonna be implementing this discipline is through activities, these body language activities. For example, I have included in here 2 activities which has to do with this portfolio that I have made when in the university, and I have also and still preserved, and it's really worth it. In here you can see my learning targets that you might read later on, that are classified, as you can see in this, depends on the type, the sort of objective. Important, my lines of inquiry, which is gonna be form, as you can see, form, causation, and responsibility. The teachers and provocations, and let's gonna go directly to the assessment method, which I consider the most important. First of all, in the very first day, which are gonna be like having a warming up and a group discussion about these very disciplines, and I will hand out a disposition target, a prior knowledge table. I have mixed both issues since the first 4 statements has directly related to this prior knowledge table, and the last 3 ones are related with the disposition target. Obviously, all of them are related to this disposition target, but I just wanted to clarify this. As you can see here in this description, it is directly based on the lines of inquiry and the central idea. Then, how I'm gonna assess my students through the realization of a portfolio. In here you can see this is gonna be the way I'm gonna assess the learning of my students. In here I have included my summative assessment, which is a portfolio. This is the sheet that I have proposed and the one my students will have to fill up after every class in order to include it into the portfolio. In here I have proposed like two main parts. A first one which has to do with the description of the activity, just to fully describe what they have done step by step, activity by activity, and a second part which is the most important, which has to do directly with the reflection and description of their emotions, and important, giving reason. I feel in here they have like some examples in order to make them easier when it's time to make it. So we just have this disposition target, the portfolio, and as you can see in here we have also the resources, the transdisciplinary skills, and then last but not least the deconstruction and clarification of the objectives. And I also include, as we did for a task in this very subject, this learning target which would benefit from being rephrased. In here, as you can see, also the critical thinking skills, real life tasks, cooperative work, open-minded attitude, and precisely, the IB learning profiles we are going to be working on. And in the last step, I have created this very rubric, which is task specific one, which is how I'm gonna be assessing my students. In here, as you can see, the first statement has to do with the realization, the carrying out of this disposition target. Just have to do with filling it up and taking time to reflect. It is just some easy statements. And the last three ones are directly related with the carrying out of the portfolio. The first one that has to do with the deadline and the format stipulated, if they have followed the structure that I have proposed, or if they have done what they wanted and what they was not thought, what they was not meant. And in here, these last two statements are directly related. In here, the first one is directly related with this very first part of this portfolio sheet, which is the description of the activity. And in the second, the description and reflection of the feelings is directly related with this second part, in which they are gonna be reflecting on their feelings. Well, people, this is all the work that I have done, which I'm extremely happy, and I think I'm able somehow to implement a bit of assessment within my classroom, at least far miles better that I really knew. So thank you for listening, and as a teacher of us told, I'll see you when I see you. Thank you. Bye bye.